All right. So this is gonna be a reading for Sagittarius. What's up, Sag? Okay. Swaggy Sag in the building. I hope all is well with y'all. I'm gonna pull some cards. We're gonna see what's going on with you for Pisces season. So make sure you show some love to your sun sign Pisces folk. Okay, your fellow mutable energy folk. Okay, show them some love for their season. You both share the Jupiter energy, so that's a dope thing. And pay attention to where Pisces is in your chart. We got Mercury there right now. I don't know what else is there. I haven't checked. I was about to do that to see if anything else was there and to see if there was anything in your sign, to be honest. But I don't think there is. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, there's nothing inside right now. But your planet is in Cancer. It's retrograde in Cancer. Um, so yeah, there's that. But anyway, let's get some cards out for y'all. So yo, happy Chinese New Year. It's the year of the horse for those who celebrate. Um, that was on February 17th. So you may want to check out what's going on with you and see what the new year may have in store for you based on your Chinese astrology. Of course, you could Google that, see what's up. But yeah, for those who celebrate, all right. All right, Sag. Let me get a few cards for Sagittarius. Listen, High Priestess, okay? Let's see what else comes out. Because there's so, okay, yeah, but I just get, some of you are manifesting or in the process of manifesting. Yeah, Page of Cup energy in reverse. You may be diverting your attention away from something, or but okay, so there's a secret too for sure. But somebody's trying to hide something from you, and you know what time it is. It's like you can't hide nothing from me. You know how you could just read it when you walk in. You could read the room, or when you meet somebody, you could tell certain things about them. Like some of y'all got that gift. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like no matter how somebody try to hide something, they can't. They can't. You already know. For some of them, they ain't worth shit. You know they don't got nothing going on. Whoever this could be, right? You know that this is somebody who's trying to pretend that they could handle more than what they can handle. Whether this is you hiring someone and you're interviewing people and you're looking at this person like this person could not handle this work. They can't even answer a basic question, right? In reference to, or they didn't pass the math portion of the application process. And so as a result, I'm not going to hire them because they're coming off like they can do this work and they're lying about their experience. So somebody might be getting caught lying about their resume or I don't know. Okay. You have the Seven of Cups, the Hermit, the Nine of Wands, and then underneath I'm sorry, the Eight of Wands, and underneath that is the Emperor. I'm gonna just keep them because they all fell out. Whatever. Whatever. All right, we're just gonna rock with what came out. I usually, like I said, do 6 cards, but it goes 7. Okay, whatever. Sag. All right, so what's going on? Give me a second to look at this. But yeah, first off, what I was getting, like I said initially, is somebody is trying to maybe divert someone's attention away from something. So somebody could be lying about the type of money they have or what they can offer, what their potential is, what they can handle, um, biting off more than they can chew. You already know this person is biting off more than they can chew, or somebody's being pretentious, is what I'm getting here, for sure. With the High Priestess, the Page of Cup in reverse, and the Two of Pentacles reverse. Very pretentious energy. You know that they ain't rocking the way they rocking. They ain't got that bank account the way they say they got it going. It's just like, stop it, okay? And then it's like, yo, does this person really think you stupid? Is what you thinking? And you're really thinking, yo, is this person going? What can I tell this person? This is how they looking at you. Like, what can I tell this person to divert them? Uh, and then you're looking at them like, yo, do they really think I'm gonna go for that bullshit? Like, really? Okay, it's like you know the truth. The Hermit know the truth. Okay, they break things down to the very last compound. All right, very analytical, very well thought out. Has the knowledge to see what's hidden, especially when you got the Emperor and the Hermit and the High Priestess. Are you kidding me? We are also on March 3rd. The Pisces Virgo axis is changing on March 3rd. That's what the solar eclipse is. So this could represent, something, a buildup of this, a buildup. This could have something to do with the buildup. But somebody's investigating and looking further. So somebody could be looking into somebody's background. Somebody's wondering if something is worth their time, or they may be thinking that it is, or they may say that it is, but it's not. Something like that, okay? Now, there's going to be messages here, and it's going to come from, it could come from a job. So it could be somebody calling you for an interview. That's what I'm picking up strongly for some of y'all. It could be about a decision in reference to a court decision. Somebody may be looking for answers to that. It could be about taxes. Somebody's having an accountant, a tax accountant, look at their work. Somebody could be hiring a bookkeeper, trying to find out if they're going to hire a bookkeeper. Uh, but I do get a lot with somebody, trying to figure out what they're going to do with their taxes. Somebody could be filing them late, or they didn't pay taxes. Could be that somebody didn't pay taxes. So somebody could be being audited. Okay, maybe you work for you work in that division in reference to taxes, whether it's the IRS or whether you work for like somebody like Jackson Hewitt or H&R Block. Um, Maybe that department. You know how you pay that fee when you get your taxes done by H&R Block. In the event that you're audited, they will represent you, which is the reason I would go to them to do my taxes. I used to work for them. I used to do taxes with them. That's why I would spend money for that particular feature. Because if you get audited, especially if you have a business, if you get audited and you didn't do something correctly, they will be able to, help you through it. You have assistance. It's not like you're alone trying to figure this out. They'll be able to help negotiate with you on your behalf. You know what I'm saying? To see, what your options are, right? It's like they'll be the translator in the communication between, the IRS and what you have to do, so that you will be, you have people who will be able to explain a process to you, right? Along with you doing your research, you can also have somebody to sit down and talk to you about that, to confirm what your best options are. So for some of you, this could be what you're signing up for, some type of plan that guarantees that you're going to be protected in the event that there's an investigation. Some of you are thinking about doing that, okay? But you're like, damn, I don't know if I want to do that because I don't know if I really want to pay the extra money, right? But you know that that's something you should do. You know. So I'm getting that for somebody. Um, but yeah, there on another note here, it's just somebody's looking into something. Somebody is trying to figure out if something is really what it is. Okay. And I'm just getting on various forms of applications. Somebody's looking at someone's background. Somebody might look and see that somebody was locked up. Hmm. Somebody could be trying to see if they're going to get released. Like somebody could be looking for some type of looking to stay at a halfway house. Okay, they're trying to confirm if somebody's going to be released from prison. Somebody may not be telling someone that they're going to be getting out. They may want to keep it to themselves. Somebody has to pay like a fee. You know those fees. You know how somebody gets they go to court and they lose, and as punishment they have to do time, but then they have to pay money. Is that restitution, the money portion? Somebody's trying to figure that out. Somebody could be trying to get money up for bail. I don't know. Somebody could be hiring a bail's bombing. Maybe they're looking for somebody. Okay, there's a couple different things coming out here. But yeah, definitely some type of investigation going on. It's like somebody knows that somebody is not telling the whole truth here. Like if you're an investigator, whether you're, maybe whoever's being audited, you know what I'm saying? They know that this person is not being honest. Or if there's some type of police investigation or, some type of investigation going on in a jail or a hospital or a nursing rehab facility or, someplace like someplace that you go away from the general public. Okay. So at a monastery or something like that. Somebody could be maybe wanting to work in one of these facilities. And there's a background check being done, or somebody's going to be admitted into one of these facilities and the background check is being done. It could be for mental health as well. Maybe somebody, their child, somebody's looking to put their child into a facility that helps children with, mental illness, various forms of mental illness, or social personality disorders, or things like that. Somebody's looking into that. Maybe there's some tests that someone is taking to confirm what type of assistance they'll need for their child. It could be for their child. Somebody's child is not developing, okay, at the rate that a normal child should. It could be failure to thrive. But the test results come back in 8 weeks. I feel like there was some type of blood taken or some types of tests that were taken, and they come back in 8 weeks. Yeah, they went to see a specialist. Somebody is wondering what the results are going to be from when the specialist reports back what the results are going to be, what the specialist is going to say, or maybe somebody's looking for a particular specialist for a procedure that they want to have done. It could be on their child, or it just could be that there's somebody here who acts as though they can do a particular. Y'all need to watch out with these doctors out here, man. Don't be letting these doctors experiment on you. There's an issue here or a situation here where you have a doctor who is not really trying to help the patient. They're just trying to prescribe a medication. Instead of sitting down and talking to them about all of their options, they're basically just prescribing a medication. So it's like, say you are pre-diabetic or pre-hypertensive, instead of them saying, hey, you are pre, meaning that you are right on the cusp, there's something that you can do about it to, keep you from going over that edge and being prescribed medication. This is some of the things you can do. You know what I mean? They should be telling you that. And then it's like, okay, I'm going to tell you that, and then I'm going to have you come back in said period of time. And if it has not adjusted or lowered, we're going to have to put you on some medication, right? Depending on what we're seeing. So at least they're telling you what your options are, and opposed to you go and they tell you, oh, you're pre-hypertensive, you're pre-diabetic, we're just going to give you medication. That type of thing. So be careful of, what these doctors are telling you. Some of you may need to get a second opinion, okay? But some tests are being run. Something is being looked at. It could be for somebody's foot, okay? Somebody's stomach. Seven of Cups in reverse. So somebody's hiding options. They're not telling someone something. Like I said, somebody's hiding something or keeping something from someone. So somebody could be like, yo, I'm not telling you if I'm going to choose you out of whomever. So like I said, this could be some type of interview, someone interviewing for whether it's a job or a position somewhere or an initiation into some organization or group or something along those lines here. So it could be that people are being screened. It could be for anything, like for a play, for a show, anything, okay? Could be for a position within the food industry. But again, we got taxes energy here as well. The moon is clarifying the Page of Cups. Yeah, so somebody, like I said, they're hiding something. So, like I said, could be also somebody who's very pretentious in nature, pretending to be, like they have money and they don't, okay? Why somebody's doing this, I don't know. I guess they're trying to look good for somebody or pretend they can do something they can't, but they're lying. But somebody knows this because they don't know what they're talking about. Page of Swords in reverse is somebody who don't know what they're talking about because they didn't do no research. This is somebody who will argue with you about a topic, but they can't present any factual evidence of it, any peer-reviewed, scholar-reviewed journal information. This is like, talking about. I'm talking about reasonable shit, not no tabloids and all that dumb shit. I'm talking about, for example, scientific studies or research on something supporting a particular statement, right? No, this is fact, and here are the stats to show it, or here are the studies that prove it, right? This is somebody who will argue about a topic and they have not done any research on it, but then expect you to listen to what they got to say and go back and forth with them when they don't even know what the hell they talking about. They're just arguing because it's you. Right? Instead of, yo, are you arguing because you know that what I said is not factual? Or are you just arguing because I said it? Like, it's one of these type of people. Or one of these types of situations. I don't know if somebody think they smarter than somebody else or whatever. I don't know. Like I said, pretentious. Trying to be something they not. Yeah, King of Wand energy here. It's like this person. See, this for some of y'all, this is racial. Okay, this person could be looking at you like, who is this N word? This N word is smarter than I thought they are. Or this is a smart N word. If you interviewing at a job, something like that. Um, but yet they don't want to pay you what you're worth because of your race, or there's somebody who's intimidated by you because of your race and your intelligence. That's for some of y'all. Okay. For others of you, I don't know if this is a sexual thing yet or not. I haven't come to that conclusion. It could very well be, though, based on some of the general stuff I'm seeing. Let me see here. Yeah, this could be somebody lying, trying to get somebody in the bed. All right. This person is wondering, what they can do with this person when they sleep with them. Now, if this is not about, yeah, this is definitely for some of y'all. This is what this is not. Everybody is not everything. There's different scenarios. I'm just giving scenarios. All right. Yeah, 9 of Cup energy in reverse. This is somebody who's trying to see where somebody's lacking. It's like, I know you not. I know you off a little bit. Somebody knows that somebody's mentally off. Well, I won't say mentally off, but somebody knows that somebody's very immature because, like I said, for the situation when you're arguing, it's like, okay, you're arguing a point. Do you have proof behind it? Yes, I do. Here it is. But yet you still don't want to acknowledge the proof. That's cognitive dissonance. You refuse to acknowledge the truth or change your opinion on it when you have factual evidence here that the way you were thinking is not the case, right? So this is somebody who's like this. And you just like, yo, this person is they don't really, like, the King of Wands is not known for how can I word this? He's not known for his intelligence like the King of Swords is. Okay? So he could be very impulsive with his thought process. It's like he's very intuitive. It's not like air smart energy. It's like emotional intelligence. And somebody who has air intelligence doesn't understand that, or he just may not be, they may be looking at him like he's dumb, basically. Or they're looking at somebody could be interviewing somebody and looking at somebody like they want to have sex with them, or somebody could be looking at them like, yo, he would be a great security guard, um, or he would be a great athlete. Okay. He would be a great specimen. Okay, for whatever they got going on here. For some, it's some wild initiation shit. Okay, um, but I feel like hmm, I don't know, somebody's going after somebody. Hmm. Somebody, and another dark thing I'm getting here. Somebody's doing some experiments on people of color. Is what I'm picking up here, and somebody's looking for specimens. Y'all need to be careful and watch yourselves out here. I'm gonna get out of that energy. But also, let's see what's going on with this moon. Yeah, see, with the judgment energy in reverse, and bring me right back to that. This is somebody who might have tried this before and it didn't work. So for some, it also could be about pregnancy. Somebody trying to get pregnant, okay? Because judgment is Pluto, and that Pluto does deal with birth and death. The moon is also an energy of cycles, life cycles, okay? Birth and death. The Page of Cup in reverse energy here. So somebody is wondering if they're pregnant, perhaps, but they may have lost their baby on more than one occasion or had multiple abortions, okay, and they may not have told the father of their child, who happens to be somebody who's black or Hispanic or Indian, somebody who's of darker hue, um, about it, or somebody is fantasizing about a black dude is another thing here, or draining his energy, or using his energy. Like I said, it's some weird dark shit, okay, here for somebody, and somebody's deciding to go ahead and, yeah, go get them. But other than that, ooh, ten of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody is wondering how if it's in reference to the to having a child. This could be somebody who had a couple of abortions here, okay, or they're not able to pay for. They want an abortion, they're not able to pay for it. This ain't for everybody, okay? I'm just tapping in and tapping out. But somebody may have lied about an abortion, and somebody could be going to somebody saying, "Yo, I'm pregnant," and dude could be like, "Yo, I'll give you some money for the abortion," and he gives her the money, and he's wondering if she has it or not, or if she's lying about it or not. I feel like he may have looked into her background and find out in her medical records that she has had multiple abortions, because we got the Nine of Cup energy in reverse, and we got the Ten of Pentacle in reverse with the Judgment energy. Okay, and there's multiple coffins here. All right, so with the Moon and the Page of Cup energy here, so somebody's had multiple abortions, or this is a nurse who has malpractice, medical malpractice, or a doctor with medical malpractice who has injured or harmed multiple patients. Hmm. And somebody could be finding out about it or fighting back or got away. Somebody might have found out about something and got away and told what they were doing. Like, hey, they're doing certain things in these hospitals. Go in there, or something like that. Yeah, it could be selling body parts. Something that has to do with children as well. Okay, dark shit. I don't want to get into. All right, but there's somebody investigating this. I feel like this King of Wands and the Seven of Cup could be somebody's being investigated, and this is why I was saying earlier with the Hierophant energy and the Nine of Cup energy in reverse. This is somebody who is investigating a crime here. Okay, organization may be involved or behind this. Damn, Sag. I wasn't expecting all of this. Let's see what else comes on. Anxious. So somebody could be getting nervous about the situation or the circumstances, any of these circumstances I named. There's anxious, there's anxiety here, and it's because somebody is hiding something. They're being investigated in some way, shape, or form, whether a background is being done for a job or whether somebody medical records are found out about. This could very well just be a doctor trying to look in somebody's medical history and finding out some information. And maybe this person needs to notify their partner. Something like that. Somebody, like I said, there's the energy here of somebody finding out that somebody had multiple abortions here. This is also somebody finding out that somebody overindulges. They pop pills. Somebody can pop pills. Yeah, overreacting. Somebody's overreacting about a situation. It could be because they're on medication or on drugs. Somebody could be trying to figure out how to give somebody something. Somebody gave somebody something. This is what somebody found out. Like somebody was putting something in somebody's food and drink. Yeah, that could be the case here. Somebody could have been putting something in somebody's food or drink. And you might think, okay, you might be involved with somebody. You ate something at somebody's house, or maybe you ate something that had poison, salmonella, E. coli, some shit like that. I don't know. That's for somebody. Unlovable. So I don't know if there's something going okay with the child. Feels like maybe their parents don't want them. So maybe the child is going to a psychiatrist or psychologist. Like I said, there was a failure to thrive energy here. So the child is not developing, or they don't feel comfortable. They don't feel love where they are. So this is somebody sensing something going on with the child. So it could be a teacher. Okay, because Sag, you rule teaching. Yeah, somebody could be not being honest about something going on at home. You may know something going on. You may see something going on with a child, or somebody see something going on with a child at home, malnourished, undernourished. They're not eating, and like they should be. So maybe somebody is getting medical. Somebody's getting help from the government. Maybe you referred somebody to. You had to refer. You could be a teacher, and you had to refer a child and their family to maybe social services or something like that. I don't know how that works or how that went down, but something maybe I don't know, interference. But yeah, there's some interference here in some way, shape, or form. An external party is intruding on the relationship between a mother and a child, or this is somebody trying to figure out if somebody's messing around with someone else. This is what the 7 of Wands is. This is somebody who's a gigolo who gets around, okay, and has children with other people. Yeah, somebody may have a couple children with somebody else that they don't claim or they don't talk about. Somebody might find that out. Somebody could have grown up in an environment where they had a lot of brothers and sisters, and maybe they felt that their family didn't care about them or didn't love them. Somebody may have been adopted, okay? But there could be this third party interference, could be a plethora of things. It could be somebody's ideology or thought process that's interfering with the connection, or it could be somebody else external from you all entering in to a connection, or to a connection with yourself. Yeah, somebody's doing too much, giving way too much, overdoing it because they don't feel that they're wanted or worthy, so they're going out of their way to try to prove themselves. But if this is you, the universe is telling you to try a different way. Like, just be yourself. Somebody feels unlovable with that unlovable card here, I'm telling you. So there's a child here who may feel this way. I don't know what's going on. Maybe you're just having a rough time with your children right now, or your child right now. You may want to check in with them if this resonates with you in any way, shape, or form. You know something is up. You sense something is up with your child, and I commend you, because I couldn't even imagine being a parent, but let alone a parent. Just trying to make sure the mental health of your child is good. And just trying to keep an open rapport with them, to talk to them, to find out how they doing, and then if you sense that something is up, what are you going to do about it? You know what I'm saying? Your intuition is telling you that something is up. But some of y'all, it's like y'all son, maybe messing around. For some of you, you could be wondering, and I don't know if you're revealing. Some of you, I don't know. I was getting something about somebody being assaulted, sexually assaulted as a child. It's like a family secret. This may have happened a couple of times. Okay. Um, and so somebody recognizes the signs of a child who's been through that, and maybe, somebody might have called CPS on somebody. I don't know. That's another thing I'm seeing. Or they're debating on if they should get it involved because they sense something, they see something is up. That's what that interference could be. And that balance could be that, somebody's being abused, whether it's a child or, for some of y'all, this is what I'm seeing here is a child. So you, like I said, you could be a teacher, you could be a family member of the person that you might sense that something is up. Or somebody could be scared to speak. Yeah, I see with the antisocial energy. They could be scared to speak up, or maybe you're afraid to say something about this. You may witness something and you're afraid if you say something, there could be a lot of backflow or backblow. Yeah, it could be about an intimate relationship between whomever, okay? A child in a relationship that they shouldn't be in, or children having being sexual. And I don't know how well pages are young. These are children under age 18. So I know I'm in my 50s, and when I was in the third grade, I was like maybe 8 or 9. There was people having sex, and when you look at it, and it's like, damn, at the age of 8 and 9 in the third grade, yeah, there was kids talking about having sex. So now, as an adult, a full grown adult, I look back at that and I'm like, yo, these kids must have already been introduced to sex at a very early age. And a lot of times it was because they were around family members who did them dirty. Whether the family member was just left them around somebody who did them dirty, or the family member themselves. You know what I'm saying? But then we have like the glow up energy coming here. So somebody is going to prevail through this. I don't know if somebody's like going to write a book about this, about how they've overcome some type of obstacles, sexual assault, could be rape. Somebody may have been under the influence and drugged out and taken advantage of, and they woke up the next morning and they felt a certain way. Like they know something happened. Like say they woke up sore, but they don't know exactly what happened or remember what happened. So somebody could have been drugged. Whoa. All right, that's deep. All right, let's see what else is coming on out here. Communication. So somebody needs to communicate. Somebody knows that something is up. Somebody knows that somebody is not being honest. Somebody knows that somebody is keeping something from somebody. Somebody called. Somebody might have reported this. Whatever it was, abuse, neglect, okay, malnourishment. But another energy here is a crush. That's a totally different energy. This is an external energy. I don't know if it's the crush who's doing this, or somebody has a crush on someone and that's why they're in this. So it could be that someone is younger, has a crush on somebody a little older. So you could be around your young niece, and maybe you got a son and a daughter. Your son could be what 6 years older than your daughter, right? So your son may have a friend. So your daughter, she could be. We're talking about the page range, so she could be anywhere between 11 and 18. Um, Actually 21. We'll say 21 because 18 and 21 is where you're legal in different states. So she might be between 11 and 21. But her older brother is like 27, 28. She may have a crush on her older brother, or the older brother is looking at her, or older dude is looking at younger girls, and could be looking at somebody like something like that. And he's very attractive. This is what this Seven of Wands energy is, and it's somebody's wondering if somebody is intimate as well. If somebody's being intimate, if they're at an age now, these young girls where they haven't, like I said, when I was in third grade, certain people was talking about sex, and I'm just like, damn. And then it was people who was pregnant in grade school. I mean, in junior high, which is 7th and 8th grade. So, people was at it at young ages, very young ages. So don't be, thinking that your child, is not being exposed to it. They may have friends, or they could just be like me, people who heard people, in your classroom and your classmates talking crazy. And you look back at it like, damn, they was doing it back then. Yep. Somebody wants to connect, reconnect. Okay, so here's another energy here. I don't know if this is somebody who you may have had a crush on. It could be, and you were too young, and now y'all are older. This person maybe wanting to come back around. That's for some of y'all. Okay, so maybe you had to leave this person alone. Yeah, somebody had to mature. Okay, with the Emperor energy and the Eight of Wands. So now somebody's mature. They want to reach out. They hollering at you. Okay, somebody looking for you. Okay, definitely for sure, because they not happy. They want to find out what's going on with you. So that's another thing for some of y'all. Okay, and this person is reaching out with the communication. Okay, for sure. Now you might be feeling like you don't want to talk to this person. It could be the case, but this is you wondering if this person is still fine. They wondering if you still fine. Okay. Somebody could be wondering how somebody is in the bedroom. All right, that's what I'm seeing as well. Or if you still are as good as you were in the bedroom, something like that. Somebody may have left the scene because they may have felt unlovable. That's why I'm getting unfinished business. Okay, that's what I'm getting for some of y'all. So there's just a little bit, I'm getting a couple different scenarios. So I just want to throw them out there. It doesn't have to actually be those types of scenarios, but examples so that you understand the energy that's out here. All right, the energy signature. So, Sag, that's what I got for you. So I hope that you were able to get something out of this. Make sure you show some love to your Pisces sun sign folks. Say happy birthday to them and happy Chinese New Year to those who celebrate. All right, I'll see y'all in the next reading. Later.